Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway in Southern California. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Running on first down, Eckler. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The Chargers had 10-3 on the year, and they were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. He's got room at the 30. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Chargers. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10 now, Willis and the Titans at their 25-yard line. They go play action with Willis. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Willis now off play action. And that is incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Quintez Cephas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And a great return here gets us all the way down to the 26-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up their routes quickly as well.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
On first down, Justin Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Now it's Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. It's Ross Blacklock who earns the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert now. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a first down. Give him 12 yards on that one, and earns him a fresh set of downs. Here's Herbert. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Second down and goal. Willis. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And the Chargers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they were backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. The 20, 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 81 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another second and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Willis now off the play fake. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much...
He's got him in, complete. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 2. Here's Herbert. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Herbert throwing again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Well, a good-looking return set up here. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Willis. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
On second down, Eckler. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Herbert. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Now Willis.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Herbert on 3rd down now.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Henry. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz coverage there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Willis. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Willis. And brought in downfield by Burks. And it's a Titans touchdown. Traylon Burks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Bullet good on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13.
Titans 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
They'll roll him out right. He'll get this to Eckler. It'll be a gain of 5, 3rd and 7 now. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is a counter play, Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Harold Landry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kevin Byard. 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So the completion good for 6 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And this is going to be a Titans first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Here we go, here we go.
They keep it with Henry on first down.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 74 yards on the ground now for Henry. He's got a first down.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew a little more time off the clock.
Now Willis.
Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
A first down carry for Henry. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Henry out of the pistol. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Henry running right. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And they have got the lead.
Is good. Makes the score Titans 21, Chargers 20.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One last throw here for Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So for Tennessee, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7.